everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we're in my little craft area here and I'm going to be setting up an Epson printer for sublimation. So if you don't know what sublimation is, it's kind of like Infusible Ink with Cricut, only I'm going to be able to print out my own designs with this printer. So we're using the Epson EcoTank ET2760. This I just got on Amazon, and I'm also going to be putting in the Sublimation ink. This is Sublimation ink and it is Cosmos ink. I got this at cosmosink.com. So this is the ink that we're going to be using to set this up. And I also got this from Amazon. This is actually sublimation paper. It is the A-Sub 125G, 8.5 by 11. This prints 8.5 by 11 sheets of sublimation. So yeah, I thought you guys might see this, be interested in seeing how I do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and unbox this printer and we're gonna go ahead and install our ink. This does come with its own ink. It comes with Epson ink, but we're not gonna be using the Epson ink. We'll just be putting in this Cosmos ink. It has the same colors, it's just a different kind of ink. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. You also want to make sure to remove all those blue tabs, including the ones inside the machine. Okay, so now I'm just going to get the instructions and see what we do next. Okay, so now I've read the directions. We're going to go ahead and install this ink in place of the Epson ink. So I'm just going to open this up. I'm going to get the camera a better view. We're going to open this up and we're going to install the ink. And just kind of push it back just a little bit and the lid will stay open. Okay, so here's the top view of the printer. I'm just going to lift this box up and here is all of the ink cartridges. There's black, yellow, magenta, and then this is cyan blue. These we're gonna save for another printer, so I'm gonna put those away. Okay, so here is the black Cosmos ink. I'm gonna go ahead and open it. And these tops are designed to fit this cartridge, so we're going to just pop open the top and put these in. Okay, so it comes with this little cap. You want to pop that open and cut the cap off. You want to replace the lid and then remove the very top part of the lid, and you're going to expose this piece that's going to fit down inside of the ink cartridge. You just want to pop that top in until you hear a small click. You don't want to squeeze the bottle at all. It's all going to free flow out into your cartridge. Leave the bottle on top of your cartridge until you see the ink completely stop filling up. It's going to go to the very top line. Then to remove it, I'm not going to try to squeeze it. I'm just going to kind of rock it back and forth until it pops off of my cartridge. I'm going to go ahead and finish filling all of my cartridges. You just want to make sure that the color of ink you're uncapping and installing matches the color on your cartridge. So yellow needs to go to yellow and so forth. So just make sure that you're installing the correct color of ink. Okay, so the next step is to take the printer cord, which does come with your printer, plug it up and turn it on before we hook it up to our computer. So that's the next step that we're gonna do. Okay, and then I'm just gonna plug it into my cord, into my outlet. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the printer and go ahead and set my language and stuff like that, but it does come with a paper, I'll show you in a minute, that you can go ahead and then download your software to put on your computer. Okay, so I just hit the OK button after it said to start here, then I just hit OK, and it says to fill the tanks with ink, so we've already done that step, and now we're going to hold down the question mark button for more than 3 seconds. Start initialization. Confirm that tanks are filled with ink. So we've already done that. So we're going to hit the start button to start charging all the ink and filling the printer with the ink here. So this process does take about 10 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and let it do its thing, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so the initialization is complete. Everything is done. The printer does say that you can go back and top these levels off. It did use a little bit of ink to fill the system, but I'm not worried about it because it's in my printer. I'm going to be using it. There was very little ink left in those Cosmos bottles, so I'm not going to try to refill this. I'm just going to leave it as it is. This should last a really long time. So now the next thing is to go ahead and load the paper. We're going to adjust the print quality. Okay, and now it's ready to do a test print. I'm going to follow these instructions to install the software on my computer. It just tells you to install all the software before you connect your computer. It tells you everywhere to go, so everything you need to know to connect is on this sheet that comes with your printer. Okay, so initialization complete. I'm just going to hit OK. And now it says align the printer to get the best quality, so we're going to go ahead and adjust that. Okay, we're going to perform a print check, so let's load some paper and see how this turns out. In the back there is a tray you want to raise all the way up and just install your paper face forward. I put an X here just to make sure how this was going to print, and there's also some adjustable brackets in the back you want to adjust to fit your paper. So I pulled out my paper tray and went ahead and print that test page. So now I have done the test page. I'm going to go ahead and align my printer. On your screen, you just want to hit your arrow key and scroll over into your maintenance and hit OK, and then you can just scroll over to print head alignment. There's 2 different kinds of alignment, vertical and horizontal. On the vertical alignment, it'll print out a page. You'll select the boxes that have the least amount of lines missing. So the fullest boxes are going to be your best, and on your horizontal alignment, and the alignment that looks the best, you're going to select. Okay, so now I have this A-sub paper. I'm going to load it into my machine, and we're going to go ahead and print out a sublimation. There is a branded side on your sublimation that says A-sub. This is not the printable side. You want to make sure that the white side is the side that you're printing on. I'm going to be printing this image out in Design Space, but you can print your images out in whatever program that you want to use. I'm just going to design mine for some coasters, ceramic coasters that I'm going to be sublimating on. So I just created a circle that's the size of my coasters, and I found this bee image in Cricut Access, so that's what I'm going to be using as a design for the coasters. I'm also using Cricut Print Then Cut. You don't have to use the Print Then Cut, but I wanted to cut out a circle that was the size of my coaster so that I could easily size it and place it on them when I went to sublimate. If you want to see how I sublimated the coasters, go check out my Instagram. I will leave a link below. But after I created my circle, I just resized my image and then sent this into Print Then Cut. You want to make sure and flatten your image against whatever surface. Like I'm flattening this image to my circle so that it does not cut out all of these little designs around the bee. You also want to make sure your image is selected to print then cut and not cut. I'll leave an easy print then cut video you can watch that'll help you if you're new to print then cut. But now I'm just going to go ahead and send this to my machine. First I'm going to send it to the printer, and for sublimation you want to mirror your image just the same as you would for Infusible Ink. So I'm going to go ahead and mirror my image and then hit next, and it's going to allow me to send this to my printer. For the Epson printer that I have all of my software downloaded already on my computer, I'm just going to turn off the bleed, and I'm going to turn on the printer dialog. That way I can see a preview before I actually go to print this. Now I'm just going to select the printer that I'm going to use and go into preferences. That way I can change the settings, my print settings. You want to make sure you're printing on 8.5 by 11. I am going to change the paper type to premium presentation paper matte finish. This seems to work the best on sublimation for me, and I'm going to change the print settings to high. You can also go to the bottom and turn on a preview, which I'm going to do so I can see it before I print. And also it has a box where you can actually turn on mirror to print mirror every time you print, but I'm just going to leave this off for now since I've already mirrored my image in Design Space. So now I'm going to go ahead and send this to my printer, and we'll see how this comes out. So here is the final printout. These colors do come out a bit more muted than it's actually going to be sublimated on your surface or your material. I'll show you a contrast in the actual printout and the material after it's sublimated. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video on how to set up a sublimation printer. I'll be doing some more videos using this printer later on. But if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I hope you subscribe for more videos just like this. And for all my returning subscribers, thank you so much for watching my videos. I will see you guys in the next video.